Welcome to Taking Stock. I'm Amanda Lang. Coming up on the show, a special look at the financial well-being of Canadians, including do we know how much we don't know? And managing debt before it's a problem can make all the difference. Plus, saving and investing shouldn't be an afterthought. That's all ahead. But first, when it comes to how well-versed Canadians are in our own finances, here's what you need to know. The good news, most Canadians, or 86%, say they are knowledgeable about day-to-day budgets. 86% also say they're on top of saving strategies, and another 79% are comfortable with managing debt payments. Those three things are often considered the pillars of financial literacy. After the basics, things get harder. 53% say they know enough about investing or estate planning. About half, or 49%, wish they had more tools or knowledge to get a grip on their finances. Another survey suggested that a third or less of us are prepared to deal with sudden events like divorce, job loss, or a death in the family. Experts say debt reduction is a big priority in getting our house in order, and then making savings for emergency expenses, 3 to 6 months worth, is the next item on the agenda. Finally, setting aside cash for retirement before it's spent on current consumption is a key element in a good long-term plan. The federal government has a national financial literacy strategy, a 5-year plan aimed at increasing resources for Canadians to help us gain better understanding of our finances. And recently, the province of Ontario said it was making financial literacy and related life skills a standard part of the curriculum so that kids get basic understanding of finances in order to graduate. So what do experts make of the effort to educate Canadians? Anthony Ostler is the president and CEO of the Canadian Bankers Association. Thanks for being with us.
You're welcome, Amanda. It's great to see you again.
So let's start with this push we saw it in Ontario to increase financial literacy as a component of schools. How important is it? In other words, how big is the gap right now in terms of what people need to know and what we do know?
Well, it's a really challenging environment out there for consumers, both for young adults, seniors, and just Canadians in general, because unfortunately, there's a lot of bad actors out there leveraging technology, social engineering tools, and really taking advantage of people's trust. And the Canadian Bankers Association, along with our bank members, are very concerned about protecting Canadians, particularly seniors. June is Seniors Month. So we put a lot of effort into financial education and fraud prevention capabilities to help protect individuals, because it is such a challenging environment for consumers out there digitally.
So, and I was curious about that. I mean, there are different ways to think about financial literacy. One of them would be missed opportunities, right? People don't necessarily understand the benefits of things they could be doing. Something as simple as investing a little bit starting early that can make a massive difference in your long-term saving. But even between different products, when we think of sort of the opportunity cost of financial literacy, do you think that's a big problem for Canadians?
That's a really good point. I think the value of compounding, regardless of what type of investing you're doing, makes a big difference down the road for individuals. And if you're not saving or investing, the damages of things like inflation can actually reduce your purchasing power. And so if you're not aware of the impacts of things like inflation or the opportunity benefits from compounding, you can have a significant impact down the long term. For you individually, financially. And
of course, the other thing you've identified, which is protecting ourselves from fraud. The more we know, the more able we are to identify. And I know the CBA does work with seniors, with young people. Let's just focus on seniors for a second here. Is that a super vulnerable group? And what's the best way to kind of get to them and give them more information so that they aren't vulnerable to being preyed upon?
Yeah, so it is unfortunately one of several vulnerable groups. And I think that the challenge is many of our seniors are very trusting, and the bad actors take advantage of that trust. They develop techniques and tools and technology to take advantage of that trust. And so a key thing is providing opportunities for education via multiple channels. If you have a family member that's a senior, you can take advantage. You can go to cba.ca, the Canadian Bankers Association's website. We have a ton of tools and information, stuff that's particularly designed for seniors, stuff for young adults, and just the general population. You can help advise your family members. If you're a senior and you're concerned, there's a lot of great checklists and tools we have. You can also go into your bank branches. We have programs where our bank branches will do programs for seniors groups or youth and help educate. And I think the key thing is if you think something is wrong, someone's pushing you to be urgent or asking you for your personal information, ask them to hold the call and go and look up your bank number directly on behind your bank card or your credit card or on the bank's official website, and make sure that you have comfort, or ask a family member or a friend. Don't be afraid to ask if you're concerned. If someone's rushing you to do something that is not normal, you should be asking yourself, should I be checking with someone else to make sure this is the right thing to do?
So great to have you for this, Anthony. Appreciate your time today.
Thanks, Amanda.
Anthony Ostler is President and CEO of the Canadian Bankers Association. Coming up, good debt, bad debt, and keeping our head above the waterline. That's next.